YouTube, what's going on? We have another tutorial for you. This one is going to be a little bit something out of the box that I'm used to doing. I haven't done a design in years that I can think of, and although this isn't the most intricate design, I'm rusty, but I'm going to show you guys how I plan on getting better at designs, and maybe you'll be seeing more designs coming from me. I definitely need to work on my game, but hopefully you guys will learn something out of this tutorial. At the very least, you'll be able to begin your journey with me to get a little bit better with designs using these tactics and these techniques. Appreciate you guys for watching another tutorial on this almost daily road to 500K subscribers. We've been uploading almost daily. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, smash the like button, comment below. I do check out the comments. Let's get started with this tutorial. Guys, today we have Josie in the building, the legendary. She's one of Headline's very own barbers. So this is the photo that Josie wants, but you want it a little bit different, right? You want a little bit of bulk here, and you want a burst fade underneath. So do you want this to kind of round out a little bit further and then dip here so that the burst fade shows more?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, and do you still want the back like that?
Yeah.
This is an idea that I had years ago. So I was gonna make them for barbers. So we're gonna make them in like head sheets like this. So imagine these head sheets just like this, but with this material so that you can do designs, practice designs. And what you do is you carve it in, because that's how designs are. It's not like drawing, it's kind of like carving in. But I went to a show in Texas not too long ago, and they came out with this book. And it's called Eyes on Me. Design with, what does that say? Design with MG? MC?
It looks like an MG to me.
That's why I like legible. I mean, it looks cool, but I like legible stuff because I can't even read that. Presents Rob the Original Edition. All right. And you can see, like, you can practice on these head sheets. And there's like Rob's work. And then you can carve into here. Okay, so it comes from, it goes into like from this peak here. I'm gonna do it thin for now. And what I was thinking, so that we have more room, it would kind of be a little bit longer and then start to dip down here a little bit. But then they want it to kind of, as it goes towards the back, I think that curve needs to be smoother. Make it smoother. And then once it starts going up just a bit, that's when it kind of zigzags. Those zigzags need to be closer, I think. Needs to be a little tighter. Yo, this is the ultimate consultation right here. For people who want designs, this is the ultimate consultation right here.
In this line, we're putting it into the mold too. So we're gonna.
So
have
you
like
want that line?
I want that line. It's going to be like 3D.
Okay, so that line is pretty much one kind of thin line like this, and then it goes a little bit thicker and kind of square. That's how you want it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, YouTube, let's see what we can pull off here. It's been a minute since I've done a design. Like I said in the consultation, she wants to keep some length here. So I am pulling my hands out triangular. I'm trying to keep some bulk, but I am towards the bottom cutting it a little bit shorter here. That way I can put a line into this length and still keep bulk. Now, this design, it's gonna look different than what you saw in the picture, because the amount of space I have to work with, the amount of bulk that's there, and then her hair density is much different than the person in the photo that she showed. The best that I could do is consult her and show her through that really cool tool that I discovered, or I found at a Texas hair show, and just make her feel comfortable that we're gonna do all right, even though I know in the back of my head it's been a long time since I've done a design. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the initial line in, and right now it's really just rough draft. What you're gonna see is I'm gonna put some lines in, and then I'm gonna debulk. That way I can kind of see what's going on here, because one of the things I don't want to do is have a design that only looks good when there's color on it, right? Like I want it to look good with or without the color, and I don't want to have holes. Like sometimes you can get too detailed with your designs and almost patch somebody up because the density isn't there. Let me know in the comments if that's happened to you before. So here again, because I'm trying to control how much bulk I have here on the side, I was doing shear over comb to get it a little bit tighter above that initial line I put in. Now, one thing I discovered here, she wanted the zigzag a little bit tighter together, but what I noticed is the tighter I got it, the more detailed I got it, the less density that was showing. And in this area, it's supposed to be dark. There's supposed to be bulk, right? So I got a little bit scared and I decided to instead play it safe, spread the lines out a little bit more. That way I didn't, have like really light corners. Like, you know how there's points here? You're doing zigzags and at every point you get tighter and tighter. I didn't want to lose the darkness at the points. Of course I could have done it and then touched it up with color just to make it dark again, but I don't know. That's not the move to me. You guys let me know how you would have attacked that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do like a real quick burst right now, just so that I can see how the burst is looking as I'm detailing this design or adding more to the design. So we're going close, then open. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to have a little bit of gradients real quick, so that as you continue to design, touch up the design, you can really see how it's looking with the actual gradients. So we went one open, then one closed. Now the half guard, pretty much the same steps I use most of the time. It's up to you if you want to fade down or you want to fade up. The 1.5 guard, I believe this is the biggest guard. That's typically gonna be the biggest guard when I do designs, because it's dark enough but it's low enough to get a nice crisp line. Where I have issues a lot of times with designs is like this part right here, where I'm working into actual bulk. It's hard to get a really nice defined line in bulk like that. Alright, so I'm going to try to do most of my detailing with the razor, because I do feel like I have more control with it. So we're using the triple cartridge 245 straight razor with a high exposure, so I can really see the blade, the corners and the heels, and really control these lines. And you can see I'm definitely stretching the scalp. Just gives me more room to play with. And I did use 245 shave gel just to add some slide to the blade. Alright, so right here you're gonna notice I'm gonna debulk this with trimmer over comb, and look how it just cleared up that space, and now you can really see that line so much more. But we still managed to keep it dark using this technique. And when you do designs, you do want to go again. You do want to clean up both sides of the line. There's two sides to the line. You always want to make sure both sides are clean. The top side of the line and the bottom side of the line. All right, so now that I see kind of a rough draft of the design, we can now really start to play with this burst fade and incorporate it a little bit more into the design. So what I figured, and what Josie was thinking, is that we make the burst a little bit more stretched out and closer into the actual design, which after I finished, I think that was a good call. Now, I stopped doing so many designs. It wasn't like I planned it. It just didn't have a high demand. I remember when I first started barbering, like in 2010 is when I first started barbering. Like, designs were hot. Everybody was getting designs, artists, celebrities. Everybody was getting designs, and so like I really cared about designs. And if you look at my earlier YouTube videos, I actually did a lot of YouTube videos with designs and parts and things of that nature, but now it's just not a thing. And then the time you spend doing it for the money you make, it just doesn't make business or financial sense a lot of times. Now, don't get me wrong, there's those guys like, you know, that are really good at this and they're charging real money for it, but I still don't think that there's a big enough addressable market to build a barber clientele on designs. Now, they do catch attention. If you can do a dope design, they catch attention, and I do think that is a great way to market your work. If you guys notice back here at the line, she asked for it to be lined up like this because she doesn't like that rounded look. So we made it kind of like a V into a corner, and then the same thing with her sideburns. We made it what I would say is like a feminine pointed C cup. That's what I would call this. You don't want to give her, you know, ice picks. To me, this looks more feminine, and it's just, to me, it looks nice on females. And then if you look at the back where the V was kind of made, we kind of stretched out that line right here, and we kind of created that line to go with the hair growth pattern. All right, now we're cleaning it up with the razor, her C cup area. And now we're gonna take it to the next level with the Beam Team XL and no drip. And just so you guys know, a trick with designs, there's 2 speeds on the compressor. I always put it on the 2nd speed. That way it doesn't spray as hard or with as much force. You get a really nice controlled close-up spray on that 2nd speed. So that's a trick when you're using the compressor for designs, or any areas where you want to get detailed or focus on a specific area more and you don't get so much overspray. Use that 2nd speed on the compressor. So now I'm just really looking for these loose hairs, any hairs that are overlapping into the actual design. I'm trying to clean up, because these are hairs that are much easier to clean up with the trimmer than it is to use with the razor, in my opinion. Especially up here where their hair is longer. I'm not gonna lie, for this one I was kind of nervous, guys, because it's literally been years since I've done designs. I feel like I've done little hard parts here and there, but like, and I know this isn't the most intricate design, but it's been a long time. All right, and I just used the pencil. Beam always, you know, when he uses it, it looks so crazy. It makes the lines pop out so much more. And I feel like with a design, it's a great tool. It's a great tool, especially since the whole point is to get attention, right? And I'm a little sick, guys, so excuse me, my nose is runny and stuff. Breathing hard and all that. So we're gonna follow it up again with the trimmers, and then the razors really gonna bring it together. So and just real quick, I'm gonna be in Atlanta this weekend for MBBS, which is a really cool barber event. It's a conference, there's a battle, there's a floor, and there's crazy education the entire weekend. I will have a booth there, so if you plan on coming out, man, and you want to be a model for a YouTube video, I will be recording YouTube videos at the booth. Hit your boy up. I'd love to have some more models so we can continue this almost daily grind on our way to 500K. That's the goal for 2020, guys. I don't know what y'all goals are, but I hope you have them, and I hope you know what I'm saying, you're putting action towards it. And we're gonna keep working, guys. So after we detailed the design a little bit more, this is the before. Now check out the after. Let me know what you think.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I needed this.
Cool. Awesome. He's doing the game.
Yep. My neck doesn't look chunky.
Alright, guys, so that's it. That's the finished look. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the tutorial. Hopefully you learned something. Smash the like button, guys. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next video.